now, ladies and gentlemen,
The time has come.
Welcome back to Pokemon, ladies and gentlemen. Now, in the last part we went after Zapdos, the lightning elemental bird Pokemon. In this part we're going to be going after the next one, which is Articuno. Now this is an area I didn't explore previously. You'll also notice looking at our Pokemon that our levels are a bit different. I've been doing a bit of training, a bit of grinding, because in this session I'm going to be heading towards the final area of the game. I'm not going to be doing the grinding for that area though, I'm just going to be, going there. But yes, this area back here, this is beneath Fuchsia City where we could have been surfing before. This is the long way we could have taken all the way to Cinnabar Island. I've already dealt with most, if not all, of these trainers. But, as the map suggests, we have to go all the way down, then go over. The random encounters you get are mostly just Tentacool, maybe the occasional Seadra. They're very low level. Not really anything I'm going to bother with. But over here, we hit land, but this isn't Cinnabar Island, actually. As you can see, there's a cave entrance here that we can go in if we maneuver around a bit differently, and there's a cave entrance here. These are two different entrances. As you can see, the sign says Seafoam Islands. This is where Articuno resides. Let's go and investigate. Now, Seafoam Island is one of the most technical, if not the most technical, cave/puzzle area in the game, I would say. It involves using strength, it involves using surf, it has multiple entrances. It's just very, I guess, tricky. Which is why I usually don't go after this in my standard playthroughs. Sometimes I will go after the power plant just because, it's simple, it has some high-level Pokemon to battle. This place, of course, has a lot of water and some of the few ice types we can find in the game. There's not a lot of ice types in this game, period, but actually the legendary bird Pokemon here is. And there are some Seal and Dugong, I believe. I really don't know where I'm going. I should probably have a map out, but that's okay. Yes, and here is the first instance where we're having to do a strength puzzle. This is something that's a bit more common in these games that I'm surprised we're only finally doing now. But basically, these rocks here, we can push all of these by using strength, the HM with our Charizard, I believe is who has it. And then we'll be able to shoot those boulders into different directions. In this case, we need to push one of these boulders down that hole there. So in order to do that, man, I'm getting a lot of encounters, aren't I? Yeah, we need to go ahead, we need to go into our Pokemon list. Doris, strength. Use strength, can now move boulders, so we can push these boulders out of the way. For this one, we just need to move this one out of the way so we can then push this one. Don't push it down again, otherwise it'll be up against that wall, and you won't be able to push it this way, which is where it needs to go. Looks like we're going to need to move this out of the way before we can move this one into the correct position. But we just need to get it above there and push it down like so. And the answers as to why we need to push these boulders down those holes will be answered shortly. I'm going to push this one down there as well. I don't know that these other two have to go down there at all. I don't think they do. I think that's all we had to do with these boulders here. Here's a bar where we can go ahead and use Surf with Bobby inside the cave. And I think this is the only time... No. There's one other cave where you can surf in it. But as you can see, I'm not touching the controller right now. It's kind of forced. It just pushes you along, at least in that area. I kind of wish there was a bit more of an indication as to why that's happening. There's no, visible waves moving that I could see. Danger, fast current. Well, there you go. There's your hint. There's your clue as to why that's happening. This hole isn't actually for pushing a strength boulder down. This is for us to go down. Okay, we're just gonna end up back in the same place we were in before, unless we take some other exit here. Try this ladder then. Oh, this is, okay, we've been here before. This is that was the screen where we pushed the boulders previously. Let's try surfing this way. Oh, there we are. Okay. So as you can see, there's a couple of boulders now in place there. Those would not have been there before if we hadn't used strength to push them down, and now since they're blocking the way, there's no fast current pushing us down here, and we can travel up here, and this is where Articuno is. Wow, we made it here much quicker than I thought we would. Yow! Alright. So, Articuno is the ice legendary. Very majestic. I kind of like Articuno the most out of the three legendary birds, just because it's very breathtaking, and there's not a lot of ice types in this game, so it is novel that it is there. We missed Thunder. That is not good. Ice Beam. That's gonna hurt. It's level 50. Thunderbolt's not gonna do too much. Never mind, we got a critical hit. Neat. Peck. Oh, that's not gonna do anything. We're good. Also, I'd like to talk about the fact that our Pokemon is 10 levels lower, is faster than this giant bird. You know what? I'll take it. I'll take it because we get that Thunderbolt. That's the end of that. Artie handled the Legendary all on his own. Very good job, Artie. Level 41. And that's the end of that Pokemon. Do we have any more? Okay, we have one more Escape Rope. There's our only one left, but I don't think we're going to need it for any other instances in the game at this point, so I'll go ahead and use it. And here we are back in the Fuchsia City Pokemon Center. I'm sure there were more trainers along the way leading from Cinnabar Island to then Seafoam Islands that I haven't done. And I can get some more experience there if I need, but if I'm going to do that, I'll do it off screen. I'm not going to bother doing that now. We, of course, have to deposit one of our Pokemon to take out Can You Fly once more. This is kind of the reason a lot of people don't like HMs in the Pokemon series, is because it forces you to use either Pokemon you wouldn't want to use, or moves you wouldn't want to use. And I completely understand why that's annoying for some people. The thing is, when it's not intruding, I'm perfectly okay with it. Because here's the thing. Most HMs are different types of moves, i.e. Fly and Surf and, you know, like Strength. Those are all 4 different HMs. They're all different types of moves. And so I actually think it kind of encourages having different types of Pokemon on your team, which I like that. I like that aspect. There are better ways they could do that, and there are some instances in later generations, specifically Gen 3, where they do force you to use a lot of water-focused ones, and you'll just have one water type that is filled with HMs. And then, of course, there's Generation 4, where there's too many HMs in the game, period. But none of that should concern us right now. We're in the end goal of this game. We're heading towards the Pokemon League, which is further down this path.